The show you thought was harmless entertainment has been hiding a shocking secret all along.
A long, long time ago, extraterrestrials came here and through a targeted mutation of our genes, we became human.
Ancient Aliens wasn't just a guilty pleasure, it was a phenomenon that captured millions in its fascinating grip.
Deep beneath the sands of Egypt lie 24 enormous stone coffins, and every one of them is empty.
But now, the disturbing truth has finally surfaced, and what viewers are discovering has left even the most devoted fans stunned and feeling betrayed.
Recently discovered what I believe to be the most racist show on television. It's a show called Ancient Aliens. White people looking at the ruins of ancient non-white civilizations and going, you think brown people made that?
Insiders are coming forward with troubling evidence that the show promotes racism, Nazi ideology, and damaging misinformation that have real-world consequences.
It developed into this theory that instead of advanced Europeans coming to ancient civilizations and going extinct after their genes intermixed with the native populations, it was aliens.
What hidden forces transformed this once innocent program into what critics now call the most misleading show on television? Well, the answer to that might change how you view entertainment forever. Ancient Aliens premiered in 2009 on the History Channel and quickly became a cultural phenomenon. The show was based on the ancient astronaut theory, which suggests that the extraterrestrials visited Earth in ancient times and influenced human civilizations. This idea gained popularity in the 1960s, largely due to Swiss author Erich von Däniken's book, Chariots of the Gods. Now, this book proposed that ancient structures like the pyramids of Giza, Stonehenge, and the Nazca lines were either built or inspired by aliens. The first few seasons of Ancient Aliens were a roller coaster of wild theories. The show didn't just throw random ideas at the audience, it explored mysteries people actually wanted answers to.
In March of 2011, astrobiologist Richard Hoover found microfossil organisms, or ancient bacteria, inside rare meteorites that are more than 4 billion years old. But Hoover's finding suggests that live bacteria made it to Earth and may have even taken root here.
And then something changed. In the later seasons, the show began to run out of interesting mysteries and had to keep upping the ante. And the result? Yeah, the theories became more absurd than ever. The show stopped asking questions and just started assuming that everything was aliens.
Utilized anti-gravity to levitate and distribute the enormous rocks used to build Coral Castle.
Is it really possible that Leonardo da Vinci may have obtained his incredible creative and scientific knowledge as the direct result of an extraterrestrial encounter? Adam was created from a human-like race that already existed on Earth.
Not only that, but the show somehow directly promoted abuse and racism by normalizing it, saying that it was a part of history. It might be a part of history, but normalizing that kind of a culture in the 21st century isn't something the audience loved at all. The show actively claimed that non-white civilizations weren't smart enough to build their own monuments and must have had help from aliens or lost white civilizations.
Ancient Aliens is a program that expounds the so-called ancient astronauts theory. And this idea is basically that many of the world's great ancient monuments were built or project managed by extraterrestrials and not by the ancestors of the people who actually live in those places, because God forbid.
Just gotta say, wow to that one. And fans on the internet raised their voices against this blatant promotion of racism throughout this made-up history. And then again, the show's also accused of encouraging aggressive behavior in its audience.
Those ancient aliens type folks that really want everything to
They
be...
want everything to be ancient aliens, and I've been accused of, how could I not accept this or that, you know?
Me too.
Because,
people get mad about those theories.
Yeah, they get really mad at me. And
they're
they say,
the nastiest.
Yeah, they're nastiest, and they'll even tell me, well, this supports what everything you've been saying. I don't care if it supports everything I've been saying. If it's not real, it's not real.
See, some diehard fans of the show easily believed everything it showed them, and as a result, couldn't accept any opposing arguments. And yeah, it's not just in real life, even on the internet, some fans did some major bullying. But let's not forget the baseless Hollow Earth theory, which openly promoted German class distinctions theory on television.
Was an entrance into a Hollow Earth civilization that was populated by very, very advanced beings.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, class distinction is a social theory that examines how people are divided into different social classes. Adolf Hitler's ideology was rooted in racial supremacy, particularly the belief in Aryan superiority, which led to, this little thing called the Holocaust and played a major role in that other little historical event called World War II. This racist ideology is banned in many countries due to its promotion of hatred and discrimination. And surprisingly, this show was accused of openly promoting Aryan supremacy on screen in some way. Yeah, this didn't go unnoticed by the audience as they pointed it out real fast. It's gross that the so-called experts would openly promote this sort of racist Nazi propaganda. Now, speaking of the experts, let's talk about them for a second. It's the same handful of guys repeating the same things for the 500th time. And shockingly, some of these so-called experts don't even have a shred of academic qualification in archaeology. Many of the experts featured in the show have no credentials other than having authored non-academic books on the subject. In fact, most of their claims have been blatantly rejected by actual scholars with training in archaeology, and even Carl Sagan didn't believe in UFOs. However, it wasn't just the theories that got worse. The production quality took a nosedive. Yeah, the editing got really lazy, dragging out a single theory for an entire episode by reusing the same dramatic B-roll over and over again. Well, after facing multiple setbacks, the show tried really hard to make a big comeback and regain its value. The show tried to stay relevant with Ancient Aliens Live, a traveling stage show where Giorgio and his gang regurgitate the same tired theories to live audiences. Just imagine for a second paying real money to hear the same nonsense you've already seen for free on the History Channel. And that made it pretty clear. Fans who once loved the show were starting to turn away, realizing that it's just the same recycled content over and over again. The show had a chance to evolve, to bring in new experts, explore different angles, and actually engage with modern archaeology. And this attempt seemed quite successful at first, but it didn't last very long, as the production eventually doubled down on the nonsense, leaving even the most hardcore fans wondering why they were still watching. Now, at this point in time, Ancient Aliens is just a shadow of his former self. What was once a fun show has turned into a joke, even among conspiracy theorists. So, what do you think about Ancient Aliens? Did you ever take it seriously, or was it always just a fun ride? Make sure you let me know in the comments section down below, and I'll see y'all in the next video.